Hi everyone. I think I'm going to start a new series. I don't know how regular it'll be, but it's going to be called Beading Just Because, or Jewelry Making Just Because. And by just because, I mean it's because I either have things out on my desk that I've been wanting to use for a long time, or I came across while I was putting other things away a pendant that I really wanted to use, or a bead mix that I forgot about, that kind of thing. So for today's video, what I had was a 30mm orange chalcedony carved fox pendant. This was from Bead Box Bargains a while ago. I don't know exactly when. And from last year, I think. Yes, February of 2021, the Great Bead Extravaganza, Candy Cooper had a check glass mix. It had a lot more turquoise and like carnelian colors. Well, I used most all of them. The turquoise that's still left in here are kind of like drop bead squares. There were some regular squares too, which I did use. So this is all I have left. It's mostly purples, blacks, and some daggers, and I don't know what these are called, spikes. They'd be kind of cool for Halloween. I might use them for Halloween. Anyway, I will put you on pause and I'll show you. I have started with that pendant and a necklace, and I ended up with 3 necklaces, 5 pairs of earrings, and a bracelet. So let me put you on pause and I'll come back and show all of it to you. All right, I'm back, everyone. Here is the chalcedony fox pendant. The drill hole was through the top. At first I thought it was only a partial hole, but I found I could get this, I think it's a 7mm, sort of a thinner jump ring through. So hoping it's okay. Has to be, unless I do wire. And I didn't want to wire wrap and cover up part of the fox. I also found in my stash, which I think were from Beadbox Bargains, some fox beads. I only used 2 of them, and in antique brass, so that kind of set the tone for the antique brass components that I used on this and all the other pieces. So this is an 18-inch necklace, extendable to 20. All the beads in this necklace are from the Candy Cooper. It was called Southwest, was the name of the bead mix, and it had 237 beads, but most of them were small like this. The biggest ones were these, and the squares, and then some cubes, which I used up here. So I did just use some little spacer beads in antique brass, a necklace extender chain, a lobster clasp from BB Craft, and I did use some a closed jump ring. I think that was from Beadaholic back here, and wire guardians and crimp beads. I don't remember where they were from, quite honestly, but yeah, so that's what I did on this, and just a simple strung necklace, but I love it. It's so beautiful with all the different Southwest colors. And of course the fox pendant, I thought these are check glass, but they look a lot like carnelian. And chalcedony is similar, if it's not the same, as carnelian. It's beautiful. So then the next piece I made was this, and I thought I need a focal. I did another strung, and I had it partially laid out with no focal. And then I remembered when I was putting jewelry away and reorganizing a little bit, I remembered I had these Tibetan, I had 2 of these. Oops, you can't even see, sorry. I had 2 of these beautiful focals, Tibetan brass bead with carnelian. No, I'm sorry, with coral and turquoise in. But I just wanted to use that. And then I had these. These are actually not Tibetan. They were made in India, and they're enameled, but they have like a turquoisey color in them. They're not inlaid stone like this one is. This one's more expensive than these were. These were from Fire Mountain. This I got at jewelrysupply.com. And then all the beads on here are from that kit again, except the little blue rounds here. Those are color enhanced howlite in a turquoise color, because howlite, usually when you get it, it's white. So just the blue rounds were from my stash, and I think I got them at Jewelry Television Jewel School years ago in like 6, 8, and 10 millimeter. I only used the 6 millimeter to keep the size sort of similar. And then this was a clasp and a set from Beadalon that I had gotten off JTV years ago. And I did use, oh, on this one I used Softflex's red coral beading wire. It was left over from the kit called Valentine Passion from, I think 2021. This one I used a closeout turquoise. They do have a turquoise color, but this was on their closeout. And I think it's 19 strand as opposed to 49. I don't know, but it's really nice. And I got 100 meters of it for like $8, so I used that. And again, used wire guardians and all that. And then I made a matching bracelet. Now this, I had very few beads that were in the same colorway left. So I did use more of the howlite. I used the same little spacers as in here. In fact, I finished them except for maybe, I think I finished them. I don't think I actually even got to use, no, I used 2 on earrings, and then this finished them off. BB Craft lobster clasp, closed jump ring, even though it doesn't look closed. Wire guardians again. So these were from the kit. Everything on here except the brass and the howlite rounds was from the Candy Cooper Tech Glass bead kit. And I just think it's beautiful. Now this bracelet fits a 7 3/4 inch wrist. It's bigger than what I usually make, but I have a 6 3/4, so it's like way loose on me. But you can see that's a 7 inch. It's bigger than that. So probably 7.5 to 7 3/4 could wear it. So if you have a larger wrist, that would be a nice one for you. I'm going to take these to my craft fair that I'm attending on November 5th. And then the last necklace that I made, which actually was the last piece that I made in this collection, I was going to call it the Foxy Southwest collection, but I don't know, maybe I'll just call it the Foxy Fall collection, because the colors remind me of changing leaves as well, and fall. So anyway, this one, I really didn't have many of the same colorway beads left. These came out of the Candy Cooper bead mix, and I liked them. I kind of laid them out, and I thought that makes a nice dangle. So there was one of these maple leaves in, which is like a almond color. This is one of the same squares here, which were one hole beads. And these little blue ones, turquoise ones, I used throughout here and in this one here as well. And I just wire wrapped it on eye pin and head pin, and then here I made individual bead links, howlite, and these are carnelian chips from my stash, which I think, I don't know, I don't remember where I got them. I used eye pins that were from Bargain Bead Box, and I did simple loops. I don't usually do that. I usually do wire wrap, but the eye pins were not really long. And the other thing I did that I don't usually do is I hooked them together with 18 gauge small antique brass jump rings, and I think it gives it a lot of movement, so I'm happy with that. It's very fluid. And then about 3 inches of chain on either end to bring it to a 18-inch necklace, and again with a lobster claw on that one. So that's just a fun one with, this is about a 3 inch 3-inch dangle on this one, and really cute. And it brings in the same colors, even though I didn't have any more than these pieces left in that colorway. So then the earrings, honestly, I don't remember. I think I made this one and the next two first, and then I don't know. I'm not sure. They're all on antique brass lever backs, which were from Beadbox Bargains, and just cute little dangles. This one has howlite, bumpy spacer, the check glass turquoise, check glass, actually this was second last pair of earrings. Check glass ovals, I have them in here, and they really do look like carnelian there, and I thought I had more than two. Oh, I'll put the other ones in here. Okay. So anyway, this will go with either one because it's got the same colors and the same beads in both of these. And then this one, I had 4 of these squares in the mix. These two were the darker of the two, and 2 sort of saucer beads, and 2 of the little round turquoise beads. Just simple earrings on. I put them on a ball head pin, and I think those were from Bead Houck before they were originally going to close, but they're still open, so you might be able to get them still. And then these I think are a little bit, okay, these are the same spacer, so these were the last two. These are a little different, they're a little flatter, but I thought they went okay. So these were the first pair I think I made, and I think they're really cute. 2 different shades of orange. They're really carnelian looking rounds with the turquoise rounds, and just a lot of movement, a lot of dangle to them, but secure. And these are wire wrapped. These are simple loop. Same thing here. These are simple loop, but the dangle is wire wrapped, and these are wire wrapped. I prefer wire wrap, but sometimes it adds length you don't want, or you know. So anyway, so I had a few more of these carnelian looking sort of glass beads, and there were 4 of these, I guess they're like ivory with Picasso or something finish. And then the spacers all came out of BB Craft, had a like a kit with all Tibetan brass spacers. So these flat squared L bumpy spacers, daisy spacers, but they're squares, they look like that, came out of that kit, as did the other, all the spacers I used in this that are brass. And then the other pieces were from the Candy Cooper kit from her Etsy shop, if you're not familiar, Candy Cooper on Etsy. And then same thing here, but I didn't have any more carnelian, so I used 2 of the howlite beads and 2 of the check glass turquoise. So those are, that's everything I made, all inspired by this box and this bead mix from Candy Cooper that I still have some left, but the colors are either black or blue, like a lighter blue, or they're like daggers, or I was originally going to plan something with those little squares that had a hole in the middle, like that would hang down, but I wasn't feeling it today, so that'll be for another day. And I love these Tibetan style beads with the inlay. I just think they're gorgeous, and these are enameled ones that look similar. I also do have them in like a red coral, but I didn't use them for this piece. Now I have one other pair of earrings unrelated to this, and I actually made these a few days ago. These are silk beads, and they were left over from a project that I made, but you're not going to see that till the 18th, so come back on the 18th. And those I did not use silver, so I found these silver dragonflies. These silk beads have dragonflies on them. They're rolled like paper beads would be, but it's silk. So these are red. Now this one doesn't have very much print on it. It has a little bit there, not as much. Anyway, I found these. These are one-sided kind of calf, I guess, or pressed. I forget how they call it. Dragonflies. They're very lightweight, so they're nice for earrings. So they're silver plated. I just put them on silver plated eye pins. Found some crystals, which I think also were out of that Valentine Passion kit. I'm not sure about that. And I believe these ear wires were from Fire Mountain with the ball and the coil on them. So just simple dangle earrings. There's more pieces that will have this silk in it coming on the 18th. So stay tuned for that one. All right, everyone. That is my now how to just because crafting or jewelry making just because. So those are my just because pieces, and I love them. So not really a kit, just a bead mix from 2 years ago, and a pendant that made me think fall and inspired me, and then I happened to find these brass foxes, and I thought, well, I'm going to put them together. Now I think I have more foxes in my stash, but I have some other things that I want to use also for this fall, so maybe they'll wait till next year. I don't know. We shall see. Can't predict the future. Anyway, I hope you enjoyed that. If you did, please give me a thumbs up. It helps me with the algorithms in YouTube. Subscribe, turn on notifications so you know when I'm going to post next, or when I do post. I should be having videos for you, if not sooner than this, on the 13th, 2 on the 15th, 1 on the 16th, 1 on the 18th, 1 on the 23rd, and maybe 1 towards the end of the month. We'll see about that one. But anyway, that's the schedule right now. So please come back, and thank you so much for watching. Have a great day, a great week, and a great rest of your month. Bye for now.